Hi guys, today I'm with George. George and I play Classic Squad Leader every Saturday late afternoon to early evening, and he will today demonstrate to you a bot that he created in Excel VBA to allow him to play certain scenarios in Classic Squad Leader. And hopefully you'll get a clear picture of what this is all about. George, I leave the floor to you. Take it away, sir.
Hi, George. How are you today?
Not so bad. Could be
Good.
worse. Could be, you know,
Uh, ain't that the way it goes,
right.
George? Okay, so basically, the bot is playing the Russians, and I've set the screening force, the German forces up. The tractor works will be determined as it plays out. The second group of Russians that try to reinforce the tractor works, that those setups as far as the support weapons and the leaders was all just randomly selected.
hmm
So right here we start with the Russians uh, basically just rolled to which side gets to move first, and it is the Russians. So we'll start from here. So the Russian units in S1 randomly selects a target. So they're going to fire at U2. Just all of those units and the LMG all randomly select target. Which is no effect.
Okay, and you draw your random outcome from Vassal or VSQL or from.
It's been it just I it's from the VSQ or the Vassal dice roller.
Okay,
Okay, so S1 randomly selected the target to be U2. So with it being a concealed position, it was a 12, half to been a 6 up 3.
hmm
So the dice roll of 6 was no effect. And then the dice roll of 10. Now we're prep firing from 3, which it has several options. Might be easier to. I was thinking it would be easy to just step through this, George, but I don't.
no, it's. I think if you share your screen on Discord and just kind of show the Excel sheet how it works would be great.
Yep, I will do that.
Okay, so
So let
I'll
me
go
get.
on to Discord and I'll wait for you to share screen and I'll put it as wide as possible so the audience can see it. I used to dabble in VBA a little bit for work related purposes, so it's really neat that I found another player that uses VBA to game.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this, George.
No problem.
It should be this one then. Okay, go live.
Okay, and I'm going to go full screen. There you go.
So you're able to see it.
Oh yes, sir.
Okay, so basically every time have to draw a card, you click on the draw solitary card,
Mm-hmm.
and it pulls one of them out of the stack.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, if we were looking for instance, the units trying to get into the tractor works, that if there was a decision whether they would move or fire,
Mm-hmm.
their stance for those in the solo SSR
Mm-hmm.
is that those units have an offensive stance of move, of offensive stance, are in an offensive stance, so that unit would get a move. If it was like the units that are in the tractor works, that those units are in a defensive stance, so that would get an order, which would be a fire.
Mm-hmm.
If we're drawing the card to see who the target is, in
Mm-hmm.
this case, the draw would be the nearest target.
Mm.
Okay,
Yep.
that's pretty much that. And let's go ahead and bring back the so you should be able to see the VSQL scene again.
Yep.
And let's see if we can't step through. We're now to the movement phase, so none of the Russian prep fire was effective anywhere.
Okay.
And then basically the movement, the objective hexes for the units that are attempting to get into the tractor works is the objectives are all the units or all the hexes in the tractor works, so that is where units will move in a way to get closer and to enter that hexes. But by the rules of the solitary rules, they will not, unless it's late in the game, move into the open.
Okay. So with your Excel sheet, you've programmed different buttons for different types of events, and depending on uh, whether the unit has an objective to assault or to defend, um, the the bot that you've programmed will make a decision for that unit, whether to move or fire and so on. Correct?
Hmm.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, so
let's
go
see what
ahead.
happened with the uh, the game that you played with your solitaire VBA bot. What that would be interesting. Why not?
Okay, so we did move into there, and then that is the end of that
So the bot,
impulse. Let me
it,
go ahead and load up the next one if that's all right.
sure. So the bot is playing the Russians, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
No, yes, exactly.
Okay.
So let me load up the next one, which you'll see. Tractor works. So now it's the my defensive fire against the Russian bot.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a 20 plus 1 dice roll was a 6, is a 2 morale check. In P1, leader does his morale check first. One went berserk, I believe. So now the second defensive fire, which I don't know if you really want to go through this or just go to the next next turn, George.
I don't think you're back in the current game.
So we have a six. Are you able to see the
No, I think you jumped out of the room.
SQL?
Or is it on the? Are you on Discord?
Can you see it on Discord?
Mm. Oh, there it is. Sorry, George.
That's okay.
Says has
Yeah,
minimized their application. Sit tight. Stream paused. Now let's see this one. Nope. It's because you minimized the application that you were presenting. So I think you gotta jump out of the streaming and jump back in again. Um, in this case, stop watching.
sorry,
Okay,
George.
no problem. And let's see. Watch stream.
Well, the other thing I could do. Let's try this. Let's go close this, and then I messed it up, George.
Nah, don't worry.
Let's go back to an online game. I think that's why you weren't able to see anything.
Yep. Okay.
So now,
Now let me sync to you. Okay. Sync to you
but
now,
I
George.
still have to go ahead and close this game, and then let me go ahead and load the next one.
Mm-hmm. And let me sync to you once you've done that.
Sure. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Let me sync. Okay. I'm synced to you.
Okay, so it's doing the morale checks. Let me get to where you can see more of the screen. I guess you could anyhow.
I guess you passed all the morale checks there, George.
Yeah, one went berserk.
Oh, there you are.
One broke. One broke, one passed, one went berserk. So now the next shot is going to be from a Y8
Mm-hmm.
against Q5. 16 minus 1. 2 morale check, which only one breaks. And I did open up here, even though that was maybe not the wisest thing. And I got a dice roll of 3, so it's a 1 morale check in R1. And we'll just step through it quick. So now here I'm trying to go after Y5.
Mm-hmm.
8 plus 3 is nothing. So at Y4 this time, 8 plus 1 is going to be a 1 morale check in Y4.
Mm.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
at this point, now that we have a 1 morale check, this is where we find out what's in there.
Okay.
And it was determined, if you go back to the Excel spreadsheet,
Okay. So I guess if you can share your screen on that one.
let
Yep.
me see if we can get that. Now, well, let me look first.
Well, if you ask me, George, this looks pretty awesome. Um, Unfortunately, we can't show the spreadsheet at the same time as the gameplay. But if you can give me a quick overview of the spreadsheet, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
can you
let
see?
me make it full screen. Awesome. Yeah. Just
Should
give me
be
an
live.
overview of the um, spreadsheet and the buttons that how they work.
Okay,
And
so basically at this point, we're going to randomly select from, if you can see, can you see under AC where it has all the units that are in the tractor works?
yes, there it is on the far right column.
Yes. And then
Oh, that's
there
pretty
are a
neat.
number of times where it will draw and tell you 2 times that many units, 3 times that many, well, units support weapons 4 times. Or
Great.
in some cases, there will be none.
So
So
you
basically,
have
just
you have the
randomly select. Oh, go ahead.
yeah you have the entire list of all the units that are ordinarily supposed to be in that um, in that building. So once that unit is selected, it cannot be selected again. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, great. All right. Makes sense.
Okay, so I think I have 30 total
Mm-hmm.
possibilities. So basically, I have where you can randomly select between 1 and up to 32.
Okay.
So I'm gonna click on that, and it's asking. So I have 30, so I'm gonna type 30 in. So it's actually randomly selecting number 7. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever number 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a rifle squad.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I'm just gonna go and delete that out of here, so
Mm-hmm.
the rifle squad never gets selected again.
Okay.
Come over to basically that's why it put a rifle squad in Y3,
Mm-hmm.
and it passed its morale check.
Okay.
Section Y4, and that's how you determine what's as it gets revealed. It's I call it a mystery marker.
Mm-hmm.
So as it gets revealed, then that's when you find out what's in there.
Okay.
So we'll keep going, see if so we had a 20 plus 0 from the flamethrower attack,
Mm-hmm.
which lost the flamethrower, but it was a 1 morale check
So
in
again,
Y4. Okay, well, that was from AA5. The flamethrower fired at that same. No, it's not. It said Y4, but it's got to be Y5. Yeah, sorry, George. It must have been a typo.
that's okay.
Or maybe, no, it wasn't. I already took it out because the 8 got rid of it can't use ran out of fuel.
Hmm.
So in this case, it broke that squad. Now I'm defense firing again. No effect. Again, no effect. So now advancing firing from the Russians. Where the target is was no effect anyhow. Routes, which the Russian routes back into the tractor works, and at this point I had to randomly select to determine whether the leader and the leader is in fact I think in that hex,
Hmm.
which it just happened to pick that up. So randomly selected 1 through 8. So the result was a 4, determining that that leader was in that hex. And then now the Russians are advancing.
Mm-hmm.
So in every case, the Russians are going to advance. They're going to try to avoid stacking. They're going to attack to get closer to the tractor works, which is the objective hexes for those Russian units.
Hmm. Makes sense. There goes the berserker.
Yep.
Oh,
And that is the end of that Russian turn one.
well, George, you showed us the crux of how it works. Now, if people are looking for more information, where should they ask a question? Should they ask a question in the comments below or go to the Facebook page that you may have?
Please join us at the amateur computer and game app.
Okay, so I'll post a link in the
Thank
comments
you. Thank you.
in the comments of this video, right? Um, for those that don't have Facebook, I guess they can reach out to you on Discord or here.
They Yes, they sure can.
There you go. So I'll bid you good night for now, and we'll probably post another video together that is of interest to squad leader gamers, right?
Thank you so much, George.
Thank you, George.